Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Broverwatch podcast. I don't know if you're watching this in the evening or not. I don't know when you do things in your life. Maybe this is a morning podcast for you, or maybe you don't listen at all. The point is,
I mean, they probably
if they're listening to this, they do.
So, anyway.
So welcome, whether you're listening on podcast services of your choice or watching on YouTube. Welcome to the show. We hope you enjoy your stay. This, of course, is the Broverwatch podcast, where we talk about the Overwatch League news and games. So that's what we're going to do. You could have added something there. You could have added something there.
You didn't introduce me, so I didn't know if I could talk.
If you hear a voice that isn't mine, don't pay as much attention to that. But I'm joking, of course. Here with me is Calder, Amos Wood. Calder, how are you?
Don't use my full name.
I've used it every single other episode.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I didn't mention my name either, did I?
I don't know.
My name is Adam Cook. And this is the show where Calder and Adam talk about the Overwatch League. One of the worst intros in the books.
Our books or just like in general?
In the books.
Oh my gosh.
Think of a book, it's
There's
that
so
book.
many books.
It's
To Kill
that
a Mockingbird?
book. So we're going to talk about some news today.
Yes.
There's a solid amount, actually. Thought that we'd be in a drought because last week's was so full. But
I figured I had to spice it up a little bit. I did research, so I'm not going to sound like such a dumb idiot.
I did less research, still going to sound like a dumb idiot. But balancing that out, we're both going to sound about the same.
Yeah, probably.
That's what you call a ding.
I guess we should talk World Cup too.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say we'll talk about the Los Angeles group stage at the end of the news, but we're going to start with news. So to start things off, there's a brand new patch today, patch 11. No, not patch 11. Patch on the 11th of September.
We've only done 11 patches in the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And this is the good one, boys.
I'm guessing that the guy who always does these, because it's the same guy, not from North America. Because North Americans say...
He plays for Runaway, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
That's what his tag says on Reddit. Looking for team staff.
Oh, so he doesn't play.
Runaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was stupid.
Interesting. That's cool. But I'm guessing that he's not from North America because
probably not.
North Americans say September 11th, whereas others say the 11th of September. Anyway, sure. The point is, this has a lot of content, but it's not like super like bug heavy.
There's a couple things that I find are like pretty important.
Well, let's go through everything.
But yeah.
So Roadhog, to start things off.
This was the biggest one, and I think people are very angry about this.
People are very angry about this. Roadhog, his secondary fire, so his more accurate fire, or I guess more long distance fire, has damage fall off now, which you think, well, I guess it should have had it before, but it's also like Roadhog already sucks.
Yeah, he's already the worst. And they did make his hook a little better, I think.
It's not
but it's not like that's going to help. It's not going to make him picked more.
Yeah.
The people that did pick him before, on the off chance that they did, just won't now. They'll pick Hammond or something. So
it is strange. I mean, it's not strange that they did this specific thing, but I figured that if they did this, they'd probably also buff him in some way.
Yeah.
Because he's already weak.
Maybe they're, like, playing him to be the next rework after Torb.
Maybe.
Because
I do think he could use something.
Like, he's not fast, not very good at peeling.
He's slow, and his two abilities are get someone close so he can shoot and heal himself, which healing himself's a good thing.
But, like, there's very few... even if you do hook someone, you almost don't really want to, because then they can just hit you easier.
Yeah.
Like they can just shoot you easier.
Well, yeah,
So,
if you're not very good at following up, which I'm not. But
yeah.
Also his ult is, at least from my experience, kind of garbo.
Yeah.
It's
There's
only
very
good in
rare occasions when you have to
yeah,
use it.
yeah. So kind of sucks
And
that he's getting nerfed.
it's just stupid.
Next thing that is happening is Earth Shatter is being adjusted. It's kind of a nerf and a buff. It's a buff because it will get people when they're supposed to get got, but it's a nerf because it won't get people when it shouldn't get them. So like, pretty much it's working the way it should be now. So it's more of a fix. So like I guess the buff is like it'll reach around, like if someone isn't fully behind a wall, it'll still get them. But then the more nerfy side of it is there's no lingering, and a lot of people don't really know what lingering is, but it's like when previously on the previous patches, if you hammered down and then like if there were two Rhines and one Rhine hammered down and then the other Rhine was like, ooh, I'm gonna let my shield go down and go attack him because he just hammered down and I blocked it. Well, there was a linger where it would kind of stay there for a bit, where like even if you walked into the shatter after it already happened, for like a split second afterwards, you could still get shattered. So like people could still get shattered after he already did it. But now it's just more accurate because there's no
shouldn't
linger.
happen. Like that.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
So it's just good now. And also it will always travel up inclines now and around the payload as well, which is very nice.
Yes.
It's just a fix. They finally made it not trash, which makes me happy. Here's one I didn't know was a thing.
The shield bash?
The shield bash. Brigida's shield bash has been adjusted so that now when being stunned or charged or...
So like a Doomfist rocket punches her and she shield bashes him, they both get knocked down.
Yeah, because before it was just like, ha, Doomfist, you suck.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's they both fall down.
Yeah, and if it's the same if Orion's charging.
Yeah. Which is fair.
It makes sense.
And honestly, it's an adjust.
But
I'd also call it a nerf. But I think it's like
but it's like it's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah. But still it's a nerf.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's like kind of more of a subtle nerf because Brigida is quite overpowered sometimes, mainly because of her stuns. So like this just makes her not as, because before if like a charge was Rhining, if a Rhine was charging at someone, Brigida could just go beep.
Yeah,
now you're not
and
doing
cancel it basically,
and then everyone so that's a good change. I messed up a thing. I gotta stop doing that because I was listening to the audio podcast and I like screwed something up on the browser or something, and then you just hear me go and it's like I don't know what's going on right now. So I apologize to the audio listeners. Another big thing that happened is Widow's grappling hook was adjusted, so now she retains momentum on surfaces without a ledge. Because before, if you like hold space as you reach the ledge, you go flying because you canceled the grappling hook, but you're also already moving that way. But I never noticed this, but I guess if you do it on flat surfaces, it doesn't actually.
Yeah, because you like hit the surface and just stop basically.
Yeah, I guess I noticed that when grappling the ground, but I never noticed it like grappling walls or anything.
Well, because you can't do those shots. You've never been able to hit a shot where you grapple the wall.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Am I?
Yeah, I've hit a couple. All right, give me a break. Another change. This is probably my favorite of all of the changes. All allies are now outlined. Holy, this will make things so much easier. Instead of going, whoever's in right now, like, fall back.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. It just makes things so much easier to communicate because it'll be like, oh, this person's there, this person's there. Oh, we should do this.
Yeah. And it seems like it should have been in the game all the time, like the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is, yeah. A lot of these changes are just like, except for Roadhog, are just like, oh yeah, it should have been like that before.
Yeah.
Except for this last one.
Except for this last one, which we're both really excited about. Brand new map for y'all. It's Busan. New control map set in Busan, which is why it's called Busan. Glad we're finally getting another control map. And I say finally, but we got Oasis. But way back when. But it's nice to get another control map. It looks beautiful.
So excited to play it.
So we're gonna do that after this podcast.
Diva's animated short, Shooting Star, as many of you would know.
Well, I'm guessing they had these written up, like, they were probably working on this pretty much at the same time they were working on the cinematic.
Well,
so the animation team was just like,
well, they can still be based on it.
Hey, by the way, can we see your maps? And then the maps were like, hey, can we see your cinematic?
Yeah. And I think the mech base is my favorite because there's just so much. There's so many tunnels and there's like 3 ways to attack from the middle, which is kind of insane.
Calder likes a good tunnel.
I like tunneling. Like I'm Elon Musk.
Why do you always bring politics?
That's not politics at all. He's building a tunnel under Los Angeles.
Elon Musk for
and he
president.
smoked a little weed.
That was a good clip.
Just on that podcast, every time Joe Rogan brought up the Hyperloop thing, he was just like, it's just a pit. So I guess he wouldn't get in trouble of him actually like building something. He's just like, it's just a pit. It's just a pit.
Yeah.
Because that's all it is, I guess. But just found that funny. Oh, humor.
Now onto the real stories. Now, I'm a little upset about this first one because literally it was posted on Reddit as we were recording the last one.
Yeah.
So we could have just put it in the last one.
But we don't have the foresight to check Reddit while we're recording, which I guess that'll be my job. I'll keep Reddit open and see if anything happens.
Okay. But we also don't want to do an endless podcast. And that one was already long. Yeah. Anyway, the story is Los Angeles Valiant release 4 players. Verbo, Numlocked, Fincy. Is it Fincy?
I think Fincy.
Fincy and Grim Reality. Grim Reality is kind of like weird that they said this because like he wasn't a player. They transitioned him to like coaching staff like early season.
Mm-hmm. But he was like, I don't know.
Now, quick thing.
He's gone.
Verbo makes sense. Numlocked makes sense. Fincy, honestly, I'm going to be fully honest here. Didn't even know he was on the team.
I honestly, I'm not sure how much he played.
I don't think he played at all.
Oh, they don't have his stats on the website anymore, which is kind of weird.
That is weird.
Or maybe he's just not in the stats.
It's weird because
oh yeah, he's just not in here anymore.
I've seen him like being mentioned on Reddit and Twitter and stuff like that, but I've always seen him mentioned as the guy who used to play for his other team.
Oh wait, he is. Oh yeah, he's not even on here, so I don't think he played.
Yeah, which is, I think that's why I've never heard of him, because like all the people who had never played, it was like, we got to get these people to play.
Yeah,
and it's like,
and then
he was never mentioned. Yeah.
Numlock played 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So makes sense.
Yeah.
Verbo played more, but still he had like the worst stats of any off healer.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. And
I'm pretty sure, I don't think Verbo was the off healer. I feel like he was the healer because Custer replaced him on Mercy. and Kareev.
Oh, I guess
Or
he
was
was the
Kareev
healer.
on Tracer at the
No,
time?
because I think Verbal was like in between.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw him playing Lucio a couple times too.
True.
So
Numlocked
how are they
apparently is
gonna?
looking for a team.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's gonna pick him up because doesn't really have like.
I'm assuming they'll trial him, but like he
Let's look at Numlock's past.
he pretty much said
So
like I think he tweeted pretty much saying like the past years kind of sucked because I signed up for Overwatch League to play,
yeah, and he didn't.
and he didn't. And then the
So he
one
was
time he played was
on
like a it was just a pity thing.
like IDDQD.
Yeah.
He was on Envision in Contender Season 1.
Numlocked was?
Yeah, and he played with them again. Came in first at the DreamHack Montreal in 2017. He also played for Energy, Team Dignitas,
Dignitas, yeah.
Dignitas, and Creation Esports. Honestly, so
I think that if he doesn't get picked up by an Overwatch League team, I think he'll go to Contenders because he just wants to play.
yeah, he is 25 too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So I don't know how many of these people are gonna get picked up.
maybe Verbo because he showed a couple little flashes.
I think Fincy might get picked up
What are you basing that off of?
because people made a big deal about it on Reddit when he said he was looking for a team. Everyone was like looking for a team, and everyone was like, "Oh, hope we could, yeah."
We'll see.
We've never seen him play. I've never seen him play.
We'll see.
We'll see. Next up, Soul Dynasty. Say bye-bye to Zephyr because he's going to the Florida Mayhem. And Florida apparently didn't seek Zephyr out, but they gave him an opportunity to trial for the team, and he really impressed them.
Mm-hmm.
So Zephyr is now on Florida. This is kind of supporting the Florida like fully Korean thing, which they already said isn't a thing because Tavik is still on the team. But like,
I mean, you can do 3/4 Korean. We were talking about this today.
Yeah,
where like a team can go 3/4 Korean and then have like Tavik or something as their face, if you want to. But
well, two things. One, the issue with that is if you're a majority Korean, why would you make all the Koreans learn English instead of all the one English guy learn Korean?
They are going to be living in America too.
That's true.
So
second thing, I would argue that you can make Korean players the face, as seen with New York and
it's just like they don't have that. They don't have like Jonak or something on their team, right? So if players, especially these Miami teams, just fucking, so they have these like weird, good enough players that they hold on to as their heads. Mm-hmm. And it seems like it's happening for every single Miami team, which is strange.
Well, like in sports too?
Yeah, like Dwayne Wade, Tannehill, the Dolphins quarterback. It's just like they all have this weird problem where they can't really get a huge star.
I think it's because no one wants to be the ones that are playing for Florida.
Yeah, probably. That said, say a player could
be the face.
Could be the face. It's just important for, like, in North America for someone to speak English, basically, for people to latch onto them if they're not like Jonak or Prophet or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Next story?
Yeah. I was just gonna say one more thing. Awesome Guys sort of kind of an off tank. So I guess he'll be main tank next year, and Zephyr will be off tank unless they pick up someone else. Just like weird team composition issues there, but
unless Awesome Guy just got totally screwed over, and like they were like, "Oh, Zephyr's better than Awesome Guy. Bye bye."
Bye bye. I don't see that happening.
No,
because like, who else are they gonna sign? There were
they could sign Numlocked.
I don't think they would.
Next up,
anyway,
we got a lot of Toronto news.
Yeah, because Toronto's announcing most of their stuff on Twitter because they have a real Twitter page. DC kind of has one, but it's kind of sketch. And B, I don't know, they're just hiring the biggest names, and they're making like the most cohesive sense about what they're doing. Like these other expansion teams are hiring people, and they're like, "Hey, we have all these people on our staff now." And you're like, "That okay,
dude." As soon as the Toronto Overwatch League like Twitter page came out, I was like, and I looked at the picture and they changed it, but the picture and the banner photo, I was like, yeah, this is a Toronto team, because like they just nailed the aesthetic of a Toronto sports team.
The font and the colors are just perfect,
and like the black and white, like kind of like cloudy.
So that could be their colors.
Black and white.
Yeah, maybe. It's kind of like the Raptors.
I'd be good with the black and white. Anyway,
Toronto has hired. What were you gonna say? A beacon of wisdom.
I was gonna say a beacon of wisdom, grit, and our heart.
Oh, that's their announcement tweet for Jason J. Wan.
Sorry, I should clarify. A beacon of wisdom, grit, and our heart. There's a clapping emoji.
I'm very impressed with you. Right?
Jason J. Wan is their new general manager.
Here's the thing, audience. He says, "Oh, Calder, you want to do these? Because like you looked into these the most." And then I start going, and then he just does this thing where he goes, "Oh, no, let me talk again. I'll just repeat exactly what you said." So this guy was hired as GM. Doesn't matter. Or it does.
Jason J. Wan hired as general manager. Okay.
I think I'm done.
No, you're going ahead.
He was hired as the head of, or the GM of Toronto. He was previously the head of North American Player Management and Partnership Relations for Team Splice, their Overwatch team.
Big organization.
Which previously had players such as Baby Bay, and iRemix on it. Not saying that they're going to come play in Toronto. Probably not going to happen ever.
Well, Baby Bay's still on shock as of right now.
Mm-hmm. iRemix maybe.
But it looking like a full Korean team.
Yeah.
Which, nothing against Koreans, but as a Canadian, I was hoping that it would be a Western team.
Yeah, I guess.
But
I don't really care.
But I guess they got to play to win.
Along with this news, they announced that they are hiring Bishop, the former coach of the London Spitfire that took them to the Stage 1 championship, and coach of Cloud9 Kongdu, sorry, I always say Kongdu, who had Fissure, Void, Birdering, Rascal, and Bedosian, all Korean players. Loud noises in the dark.
Yeah.
I think Rascal is still in contenders. But is Bedosian free? Is Bedosian a free agent right now?
No, he's still on.
So Rascal, I think, is the only one that they're able to pick up if they wanted to.
That would be a goodie. I'd love to have Rascal in Toronto.
So about the full Korean Toronto team thing. Both the GM and the head coach speak English very well. As I said before, Jay, head of North American Player Development. Baby Bay and iRemix, both North Americans.
Well, I remix.
Remix is, where was he? Puerto Rico, is that what it is?
Think so. I'm not gonna clarify anything because I want you to look like the idiot, but
I'm just Googling this right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Puerto Rico. It looks like half Puerto Rican, half United States. I don't know what his parents do. In the dark. So it looks like they're probably gonna go mostly Korean, but with Jay's background, I could see them doing like 3/4 Korean, 2/3 Korean, and then the rest Western, because teams do kind of strive to have the mixed squad, like the mixed Korean North American squad for marketing, but also just for because it probably serves as a better environment when players are trying to adjust to like living in North America.
And it is in North America.
Yeah. So just like having a bunch of Korean people come over, not know any North American like players or anything, is a little like it's hard. It's a difficult thing for someone to just move across the world to a completely different culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see them doing like mostly Korean, but then have a couple players that maybe they don't play a ton, but they're still like from North America, Toronto area, or like northern United States. So Bishop also tweeted. Did you open this?
Equal parts mentor, visionary, and legend.
No, Bishop's tweet to.
And like now I've opened Bishop's tweet.
He's very prepared, as everyone can see.
Do you want me to read this, or are you good?
No, I mean you can read it. You like talking, so.
Go ahead.
I'm absolutely thrilled to work with Toronto Overwatch. That's just the working team name, I guess, right now. A big warm thanks to everyone for the support. Shout out to Splice and JSW at JSW, Jay, the general manager, for making this happen. I want to reassure the fans and myself that I want to reassure the fans that myself and Jay will do the best to bring them a championship. So we're looking for a championship here, boys. Okay. And girls. Also, gods from LA Legion, is that what their team's called? Gladiator Legion, whatever. Said congrats Bishops, welcome back. So he's probably going to be on the team, guys. 100%. He replied to a tweet. He's going to be on the team. And if he's not on the team, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
Anyway. That's it. Except, I mean, I don't know what. I just hate myself. Another signing by an expansion team that's fully confirmed, not just a rumor like the Cephi one is, because I couldn't find any tweets or anything on that didn't have rumored or sources in front of them. And I'm not taking Wikipedia as a valid source here. Kate Mitchell will be the assistant GM at Atlanta. Now, who's Kate Mitchell? Eco. A girl plays Overwatch?
No, okay.
No, she was the former GM of last night's Leftovers, the first independent team to beat a Contenders Academy team. Big achievement. Adam doesn't care.
No, I'm listening.
That
I'm thinking about how many people are going to get mad at us that you made the girls play Overwatch.
It was just a joke.
I'm joking.
Last night's Leftovers had two, to be exact, notable players. Track, who is currently on the Norway Overwatch World Cup team, and Young and Beautiful, has kind of been showing that he's really good throughout the World Cup. And Decod, also on the Norway World Cup team, and I think he still plays for last night's Leftovers right now. She also served as the manager of Kungarna, which has players such as Apply, who's on Mayhem Academy, Crimzo, who's playing for the Overwatch World Cup for Canada right now, Baby Bay, iRemix, and Bishu. So she's got a lot of connections, and there was also an Overwatch. I know it was on the DC Overwatch page because they have their own website. Has already trying to like make connections and sign players, which is amazing, and I hope she does a great job there. So, yeah, that's all the things we got, and then we got this rumor that a lot of stuff's coming out. People are going, he's a cuck boy. He lies. He doesn't like anyone. But, Michael sticks to his guns. And that, who Michael is? The King Michael, YouTube God. 6-7 videos a day, 6 ads a video.
10 minutes long, says 2 sentences that matter.
Leaked.
He is very self-aware, though. But I think,
Yeah. He did comment on one of them where he's like, you don't want to watch this 10-minute video with 6 ads in it? Just, here's what I said. Which he should just do that for all of them.
Yeah.
Because I watched this video that he posted about Wizard Hyung. And it was just a clip that the XL made. Like, that's all it was. So, I think he stole something, like, copyright-wise. I'm, like, 90% sure, because there was not even any commentary over it. Anyway, that's a whole different issue. He said that Wizard Hyung is rumored to be joining DC because that's where the money is, baby. And ultimately, all he cared about was a paycheck, which is a bad rumor to start about someone.
Yeah.
So,
he just wants the money. He doesn't.
I don't know why you'd lead with that if it was sort of just a rumor still and kind of unsubstantiated.
Yeah.
And then we got another tweet from Real Leak Boy, the Overwatch guy, who said, "Unlucky. King Michael beat me to the punch on Wizard Hyung's leak. Here's some additional backstory. He's the hottest coach on the market. Vancouver and Washington D.C. were bidding
in a bidding war over him.
Shanghai Dragons were very interested and offered him greater than 150K or Sinatra's salary, but were turned down. For comparison purposes, the highest paid Overwatch League player in Season 1 was Seagull, $200,000 a year." That's pretty good for a little bird.
He's definitely making more now, though, I think.
Streaming, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Probably makes $200K a day.
Probably makes $1 million 30 seconds from now. Average coaching salary was around the league minimum for players, $50,000 in Season 1. So, I guess you could see a reason for him to want to chase the money with such a low salary, $50,000 a year.
But he's Wizard Hyung, so I doubt any of his offers are that low.
Like, I doubt there are any offers below $125,000. Jesus, they don't have that much money.
I'm joking.
$125,000 is probably the minimum. Because
Really?
other than,
I'd say $100K is probably like the
well, probably the minimum that he'd listen to.
Okay.
What was I going to say? Oh, and then you said you found something on this earlier.
Yeah. So these two things. One was this tweeted literally yesterday. I was about to say this has been in like our document for days. It's been in our document for a day, but we were tweeting about it a lot.
Actually, just an hour.
We were tweeting about it a lot.
I'm sorry.
Not tweeting. We were texting about it a lot. And then just before we started, I was like, I'm going to check Reddit, make sure we're not missing anything. Wizard Hyung tweeted and just debunked that whole thing we just talked about. King Michael tweeted saying, "If the Outlaws sign Mistakes, Dante, Davin, or Logix this offseason, I will give away 3 of their jerseys to 3 people that like and retweet this tweet and follow my Twitter." And then apparently Wizard Hyung liked and retweeted that tweet, and everyone was like, whoa, he follows King Michael? Does this mean like he hasn't debunked anything King Michael's said? So maybe Michael's right. And then Wizard Hyung replied to that saying, 1, I have not signed with any team. 2, I have already turned down the team that has offered me the most money thus far. So he's pretty much saying,
Yeah.
you're wrong, and also, you're wrong. And also stop spreading rumors about me chasing the money, pretty much. Which also means that Wizard Hyung just really wants an Outlaws jersey, because he retweeted and liked
I
that
did it
tweet.
too. I did it too. Even though I hate them with all of my heart. Every single fiber of my being.
I think he means 3 of... No, he probably means Outlaws jerseys. For a second, I was going to say maybe he means 3 jerseys of Mistakes, Dante, David, or Logics, but...
I feel like it'd be like a Dante Outlaws jersey, wouldn't it?
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'd want that. Anyway, so Wizard Hyung just came in and dropped the bomb on King Michael. And you want to do the XQC clip, since we're talking about King Michael right now?
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of funny.
So kind of related to the fact that King Michael got this completely wrong, XQC had a little thing to say about King Michael, because someone on stream asked him about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if this clip goes bad... Oh, this is the wrong... Here. If this clip goes bad, I just won't play it and we'll talk about it. And it's gone.
I should subscribe to Michael? No. Michael is a cuckold. The thing is, dude, can I be honest with you? This Michael guy, right? The Michael guy on YouTube. His leaks are trash and outdated all the time, right? But he's the only one that's scummy enough to leak it. Because he needs it. To you know? So that's kind of dog shit. Oh, I'm announcing Washington, D.C. We've known that for like 3 weeks, dude. Chill the fuck out, man. He's so late to the bowl, but he's the only one he's the only one that, you know, that's gonna eat.
I don't really know what he said at the end, but I think he said he's always late to the bowl, but he's the only one that's gonna eat.
Yeah. Because, like, I think what he means is he always, like, figures out about these rumors or leaks or whatever after everyone else, but no one else is, like, scummy enough to release them.
Yeah.
So he just takes everything from the rumors and all the views and
the one
things like that.
The one thing where it was like, oh shoot, Michael announced it first was the Wizard Hyung thing, and one, it was kind of scummy to be like,
he only wants the money.
He only wants the money, and 2, he was wrong. Yeah. Anyway, that's just XQC's opinion. We mostly just thought it was a funny clip. So there you go.
I like that he calls him a cuck boy.
Yeah.
That's a good part.
Cuck lord.
Oh, cuck. Sorry.
Get your facts right.
I know.
Anyway, we're big XQC fans over here.
He's just so good.
He's funny.
That's what she said.
And do you want to do the Muma thing? Because that's related to XQC. We'll just do that right now real quick.
Yeah.
So Muma talked about XQC on stream recently. First time that he's talked about XQC, or XQC's talked about him in a while. I mean, XQC streams so much. I bet one time he was like, hey, Muma's a poop, or something like that, but I don't know. But Muma, I'm not going to play the clip. Actually, you know what? I'll play the clip. I'll play the clip real quick. Unless it goes garbage.
I'm really impressed with XQC, honestly. He not only did he play really well for someone who hasn't competed in a while, he was also just like a genuine human. He was really friendly to me, and I'm really like, not many people in the Overwatch League are willing to banter, and the fact that he is, I enjoy that a lot.
There was the clip. So pretty much Muma saying not only was XQC good, especially for someone who hasn't played in a league, in the league for a long time, he was also just a nice guy. Which is good to hear, because all we've really heard is they hate each other Muma is a homophobic racist. Or sorry,
No,
XQC is a
is.
homophobic racist, and Muma is a little weasel.
Yeah. So it's good to know that that's not
A
what
thing.
it's like right now.
It's just that they're both main tank players who are.
I just saw
fine.
a little update. Real Leak Boy
Mhm.
just tweeted.
Okay.
Or not just tweeted, like tweeted yesterday at 5 p.m. saying first coach staff pickup for DC Overwatch team is MKL. He was previously an assistant coach for the last night's leftovers. So it seems like these expansion teams are just kind of skinning last night's leftovers for their whole staff,
Yeah.
which is good because like the point of contenders is to give people a shot to get into the pros, but it's not good for last night's leftovers,
Yeah.
who are an independent team. So this could basically be the end for them
Yeah.
if all these people keep getting picked up.
Mhm. I
So
bet it is, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, you want to talk about the Nene Nanohana rumors?
Not yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
First, I want to real quick. Actually, yeah, screw it. We'll
Advertisement break?
Nope. Don't have any ads.
I got this new app. It's called Sweat Coin. If 30 people sign up, I get $20.
We're not doing this. We are not gonna do this. The Twitter account for I think just Chinese Overwatch in general tweeted out
here's my
talking
code.
about, no, Calder, please.
You'll probably have to reverse the screen. So
No, it was good. The official we have the pronunciations of the teams here because last week someone said, "Wow, you pronounced those bad." It's like, all right, fine. So we have the correct pronunciations here.
you didn't want to teach us how to pronounce them, though.
The official Hangzhou Overwatch League team asked the public for a name and color of the team. So it
You look
seems
so
like
proud when you said that.
it looks like the Hangzhou team is like going to the public and kind of just like letting them choose. Smart
Yeah.
that they're not doing a poll, because then
It'd be something like Bodie McBoatface or Hitler did nothing wrong.
or
Schooling
Calder,
McSchoolface.
a Calder's team or something.
Oh, that would get a lot of votes in China.
Mm-hmm. So it's cool that they're going to the public. Just like how apparently the top comment on Reddit is, "I dare them to go green and red and call them the Hangzhou Christmas trees." I don't know where they got that
That's a
from, but
great
that'd be
idea.
funny.
Do they? I don't think they have. I don't think they do Christmas in China.
Some probably do.
I know, but I don't think it's like a national thing like it is here, where like they
That
shut
would
down
make
all
it
the
even more
schools.
funny.
That kind of would actually.
The DC Overwatch Twitter also said, "We've been seeing some cool team name ideas out there. We want to hear your favorites. Retweet and share your favorite pick." And then Chain Overwatch, Canadian player, Canadian main tank player, or no, Canadian off tank player. He's a Canadian tank player. Said DC Comrades, and then had a picture of a guy going like that.
I threw my suggestion in there. DC Disconnect. Adams was something like the DC Dick Choppers, I believe.
Yeah, that was it. That was I like
So
DC
DC.
Disconnect. I like DC Disconnect.
I like it too. And you make it like a lightning bolt.
Or I guess you would call it Washington Disconnect, so it's Washington DC.
Oh yeah. Or DC Disconnect, like just.
I think Washington Disconnect sounds really good.
I think DC Disconnect sounds better.
Well, interesting observation.
Like this video, if DC Disconnect sounds better, comment if Washington Disconnect sounds better. You decide.
Or
And
just
then we'll
comment and tell us.
We'll tell the management upstairs. And
Or
let us know
actually
what's
go
going
on Twitter And also, I should mention this. Our Twitter has changed from Broverwatch _BAL to the Broverwatch. So go to Twitter and go to the Broverwatch and tweet at us telling us that. And just tweet at us and let us know that you're here. Next story. The Chinese Contenders team has signed 5King, previously of the Shanghai Dragons.
What is which Chinese Contenders team?
It just says Team CC, the academy team of the Shanghai Dragons.
Oh, so you should, instead of saying the Chinese Contender team, like there's only one.
Well, I don't know what CC stands for. I assume it's Chinese Contenders.
Or you could say Shanghai's academy
Well,
team.
here's the thing. I hadn't read literally the second third of this sentence that said that it was the Shanghai Academy team. So now I have.
This is why Adam's the finest journalist we have these days.
So this is a small story. It's just interesting because we're talking about all the Shanghai Dragons players that got released, and now we know where 5King's going. Next story, Mangachu. I guess off tank, but also DPS, but also
literally just anything.
He's an Overwatch player for Team Canada and XL2. He tweeted saying, Nene and Wu Hyal have left the house today. I will miss them very much. I hope we can play together in the Overwatch League. They are amazing teammates, players, and they should definitely be signed to any team.
Yeah.
So,
it seems like they will be.
Which it seems like they will be if they're moving out this quick. Although it might just be that they're going home.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't be surprised by. But I think all three of these people will likely be signed.
Mangachu, Wu Yal,
and Nene.
Mm-hmm. And to add another one to that list, Nanohana. There's a leak, rumor, whatever we like to call these. Source. This is what it says at the start. Source can confirm that NYXL will be promoting Nene and Nanohana to their Overwatch League roster. So, what does that mean? They're going to have 5 DPS? This is ridiculous. They don't need that many people. Below, Aaron, Halo, Brown, the guy that tweeted this, said, I'd have thought that. Or maybe they're brought up as trade bait. So they could either be trading one of the 3 existing ones, Libero, Pine, Sabiolby. Don't think that will happen.
Mm-mm.
Very slim chance of that in my mind.
Very small.
So I could see them trading or transferring for like just cash. Nanohana and Nene somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Toronto. Can't count our blessings.
Count our blessings.
Count my blessings every day.
Blessings every day.
Just like
We
should make rap songs.
I already do.
No, but like good ones.
Oh, so next story. Raucus was in an interview recently, and he
with
said,
Megan Callie, and she said, you're a handsome young man.
No, that was Jake. And Raucus said, something about the Overwatch World Cup reinvigorated me somehow. I'm playing the best I've ever played, and this is going to snowball for me into the next season, and that's what I'm really excited about. I want to keep going. So it's good to hear Raucus in a positive mood, because everybody was trashing on him when he was announced to be the off healer for Team USA.
He's also getting fit.
Is he?
Yeah, there's a progress pic on his Instagram.
I haven't seen that, but
I think he lost like... He lost like
still
25 pounds, I think.
Is he still thick, though?
It wasn't a booty pic, sadly. Though every comment on that picture was, oh, please don't lose the bum. It's my phone background picture. And it's like, oh my
gross, dude. That's a yikes.
That's you're 12 years old.
I'm excited as a Houston Outlaws fan. I'm excited that Raucus is happy and excited to be good again. Mm-hmm. Speaking of World Cup.
Oh, the games.
We're going to talk a little bit about the games.
There was one more thing I wanted to talk about. You sent me a tweet Korean Mulan. We don't have to get into the specifics of the tweet, but basically about how North American Overwatch League players are at a premium because there are fewer of them, like fewer good ones. You remember this?
Yeah.
That seems weird because it feels like Houston will be broken up at some point soon because their players will be able to get much bigger contracts with other teams.
I don't think
because they're all North American players.
No.
I know you don't want it to happen, but it's just a thing. And if I'm historic,
they were the last team to not have no Koreans.
Yeah.
Or they were the last team to have no Koreans.
And I know they're not all North American. I know like they're just Western players because I know Linkser's not like from the US or something.
That he counts as Western though, I think.
But I always said North American, and I just don't want people to be like, stupid bitch, it's America. This is Europe, idiot.
Yeah, so, I understand. I think they'll
just
be
like
fine.
A thing to think about. They probably will be. It's just like
I honestly think that Flame seems to be very much like bent on like keeping the roster. So I wouldn't be surprised if Linkser was like, "Hey, I'm gonna leave because I'm gonna get paid more." That Flame would be like, "No, please," and then pay him more.
Yeah, so it just depends on how long they can keep this going.
It also depends on how well they do. Like, if they do really well, I bet they'll all stay together. If they do bad, yeah, they're going to split up because they'll do bad.
I also just noticed something on Halo's Twitter. His banner image says grooming, gaming, and lifestyle blog. I don't know what grooming means. Is that beard? Is that facial grooming? Is that dogs? Are we grooming dogs?
I think that's something that our listeners can find out on their own.
Hey guys, please tweet us at the Broverwatch. What's your favorite part of your body to groom?
Yeah, let us know what your favorite body part to groom is. Anyway, on to the World Cup games. There was the LA group stage. First game was Canada versus Austria. Both tough and great to watch because I love Canada. But also Austria had, what's his name? I forget. 15-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
I
have no idea how this website works at all.
It's fine.
Does this do anything?
Literally search worldcup.playoverwatch.com.
No, I found the website. I just don't like.
Just go down. You see the United States section with the.
You should let me talk and say something though. You know how in the Overwatch League website where you can like click and then click again and it'll show you who was playing that map? Yeah. I don't think that's on here for this.
No, absolutely not. Because this doesn't matter.
Well, it does.
I know it does, but it's not.
None of this matters.
That is a good point.
It does, and
that
it doesn't
is a
matter.
very good point that I've not really thought about. Austria versus Canada. Canada crush. Norway versus Switzerland. Norway beat Switzerland. Norway and Brazil were the only two real contenders against US and Canada. Because going into this, as much as people didn't want to say it, but people did want to say it, and they said it a lot. US and Canada were going to win this.
Mm-hmm. There were sleeper picks of like Brazil and Norway, but not.
It was more
with any
they
real
might
substance.
Get
to
a couple maps.
Yeah.
Canada versus Brazil. Canada 4-0. Austria versus US. US 4-0. Yeah. Norway versus Brazil. Probably the closest match of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Brazil pulled it out. Brazil kind of showed that, like, because we talked last time about kind of how Brazil wanted to prove themselves because they don't really play against anyone else in the world because they don't have their own servers. So I'm glad that they were able to prove themselves because they we'll get into this in a hot second. Got a map against the US.
Yeah. I could see I could see probably, like we said before in the video talking about what contenders teams or whatever, since this is basically Brazil gaming house, they're probably going to get a couple players picked up like Neil, Lico, even if it's just onto contenders, or I guess not onto contenders teams, onto like backup lineups for teams. They performed really well.
Sister teams in quotes, I guess.
My sister.
Switzerland versus Austria. Austria won. I'm glad Austria got a win because there's a 15-year-old on that team and he was really good. And
you like Switzerland?
That's not what I said.
Well, it sounded like it.
Brazil versus USA. Brazil got a map. And some people are going to say, yeah, well, US wasn't trying. It's like, yeah.
Well, they should have been, though.
Yeah.
Because map record counts.
Yeah.
So.
Although they kind of made up for it later, which I'm upset about.
Yes, I'm going to cry tonight.
Norway versus Canada, 4-0. I don't know if you've noticed, but Canada hasn't lost a map as of yet. US versus Switzerland, 4-0 for USA. Brazil versus Austria. Brazil, 3-1. Nice. Now, day 3 was the big old boyo day. Norway versus Austria, 3-1. Canada versus Switzerland, 4-0. Still undefeated. Norway versus USA, 4-0 for USA. Switzerland versus Brazil, 3-1 for Brazil. Then the big boy game came into play.
Jesus.
The first 2 maps were kind of a stomp for the US. A little bit.
A little bit.
Because Canada just didn't know how to adapt to them at all.
Yeah.
Because they were playing a very weird comp.
Most notably, getting full held on King's Row.
Yeah.
So.
It was a bit of a yikes. I liked the halftime interviews because there was a halftime interview with Jane and Arrow. And Jane was pretty much like, we see how they play now, so we're gonna crush them now. And Arrow was like, no, you're not. And then they were both just like, we're gonna work together next year. So this is kind of fun. And
yeah, because Arrow's the head coach.
And Jane is the assistant coach. So it's kind of cool. But so Canada came back and got a map, and it was like, yes, maybe Jane was right. We're gonna come back. No. Although the 4th map was close. But USA won. Canada were good sports. Muma and XQC hugged, which this happened before the clip on that we played of Muma. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, shoot, because I expected it to be like, hug, hug, hey, I'll shake your hand, hug, hug. But it was a hug, so that was cool to see.
There you go.
These were the games. Next, the next group stage starts on the 13th. Well, that's
13th in North America is this week. And I think the first game is Denmark-Thailand. Yeah, Denmark-Thailand's the first game.
Yeah.
And you might be wondering, who's on Thailand? Just Mickey. And then a bunch of other people that I don't know.
Literally every piece of like promotion that Thailand has done, it's been Mickey right front and center, which makes sense.
And then on Denmark, we've got Kellex.
Mm-hmm.
And
on Australia, we've got Custa.
And on, I don't know anyone on China. On Sweden,
we've got a bunch. Reinforce.
Tavik, IDDQD, Snillo, Nevix, Reinforce, Swoosh. These people aren't all on the team. I don't know why they're all listed here. Because you can only have 8. And this website sucks.
You can only have 7.
You can only have 7 and this website sucks. They've got 16 people listed here.
I think it's going to be Australia and Sweden.
I honestly think China's just probably really good, but we just don't know any of the players.
I think it's going to be Sweden and one other one. Thailand, I think, will beat Spain and maybe Denmark. But
China has Sky on their team.
Nice.
So it'd be nice to see a little Shanghai.
Oh yeah, because it was like a big deal when it was like the China World Cup team has no Shanghai Dragons team players except Sky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Sweden's gonna be the crusher here.
Yeah,
and I think it's gonna be Australia, not China, but it could be China, not Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited to see reinforced play.
Not sure about Spain. They've got Neptuno, but he can't play every position. So, yeah. And then I believe the week after, the next group stage starts. So we got a lot of Overwatch World Cup coming.
Yeah. Fun fact, I just realized that
you weren't recording this whole time.
that oh my goodness, that would be so ridiculous. No, I am recording. But I just realized that I wasn't showing the desktop at the time, so I'm just gonna.
Oh, nice job.
Yep. But anyway, we're wrapping it up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast. We appreciate your listenership. Someone on Reddit,
that's my wrist cracking.
I can't hear it. I'm going to be fully honest with you. Someone on Reddit, I'm going to look for his name, but commented on, I think it was last week's episode that I posted and said, hey, is it not on my podcasts on my iPhone? And I said, yes, it is. And then I sent him a link.
I just have this thing where I post it late because I'm stupid.
No, it was up.
The newest one?
Yep.
Oh, well, I posted that today, so.
Oh, maybe he commented it when it wasn't up. But
so it was just definitely all me. But I'm gonna try and post them earlier because I'm gonna try and be less lazy.
Yeah.
Because I'm lazy a lot. Any more comments on our performance, like how good we are?
Sweet 10 on Reddit. So if you're listening to this, shout out to you, Sweet 10, because he asked if he could get it on the podcast app on his iPhone. I sent him the link, and he said awesome. And bada bing, bada boom.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching and listening to this podcast. We appreciate it. Man, there's lots of news right now.
But just coming out right now?
Yeah, just in general. No, not.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mean on Reddit right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying these episodes are full. Like usually our episodes are under an hour, and they've been
over
an hour.
Yeah.
As of recently, but I'd rather that than have no news, because then we have to do filler episodes where we don't talk about anything.
And then we get in trouble for people saying, "Oh, you don't know Nico?"
Thank you everybody for watching.
Already?
Appreciate your viewership. We will catch you next time. Follow us on Twitter at the Broverwatch. Follow us on Instagram at
Broverwatch Podcast.
Broverwatch Podcast.
I'm gonna try start posting more things there. I just need to figure out what to do there.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as Twitter. Adam took the easy one.
You took Instagram before I took Twitter, so that's your fault. Thank you everybody for watching. We appreciate you. Bye-bye.